guys. Well, actually it's like 1 in the afternoon, so good afternoon. I have such a chilled little morning. I actually ended up reading the first, I want to say 88 pages. Yes, I read the first 88 pages. I'm on chapter 10 of the Rom-Com Agenda by Jane Denker. This is actually a library book, and for some reason I've just been putting off reading this book. I think it's because the font is really small. Reminds me of reading a textbook. That's how small the font is, and it's really bothering me. That's why I put off reading this book for such a long time, but now I'm kind of mad that I put it off because it's actually really good. I'm only 88 pages in, so it could absolutely end up sucking, but for right now I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm loving all the characters. I'm loving the 2 main characters, loving the side characters. It actually takes place in the winter time, which I didn't notice, but now that I'm looking at the cover, there's actually snow in the windows, so I probably should have put 2 and 2 together. It's also small town, which you guys know already. I love a good, my earring fell off, which you guys know that I love a good small town romance. So basically the rom-com agenda follows 2 main characters, Leah and Eli. Eli has recently gone through a breakup, and he is determined to change everything about himself to win back his ex-girlfriend. Like, he's obsessed with her. He thinks if he changes the way he dresses, the way he behaves, then his ex-girlfriend will come back and accept his marriage proposal. His sister and their group of friends help him do just that, help him change the clothing that he wears. They force him to watch romantic comedies so that he can become like one of the leading men from the romantic comedies. And then through all this, he meets Leah for the first time, and Leah is instantly brought into the friend group. So far she's been helping him change parts of himself, even though she doesn't think that he should change for anyone. She thinks that he's perfect the way that he is. It's a very interesting book because normally in romantic comedies you have the woman who is trying to change things about herself to please a man, and in this book the man is actually trying to change things of himself to try to please a woman who doesn't deserve him. It's just a really cute little love story, and I'm enjoying it so much. It's been a very cozy read so far. I'm excited to continue reading it. I'm kind of upset this is a library book because I do have to return it, but if by the time I finish this book I end up loving it, I might order it online so I can have a copy, because I don't know, I'm just really enjoying it so far. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it at all, if I'm being honest, solely because the font is so small. I wish the font was different, but whatever. That's just me being picky. I'm going to continue reading this book. It's actually pretty short. It's only like 300 pages, I think. Give you guys updates as I go. This is actually the start of a new reading vlog where I get through all my books on my physical TBR. I think this is the 3rd or 4th video that I've done for this series, and my physical TBR has been slowly piling up, so this video is much needed, and we're just going to spend the week reading and see what else we get up to. So yeah, that's my little update. You guys are balancing on my leg right now. Well, the camera is, but this book is actually really cute. I was not expecting that. Pleasantly surprised. Also, if I sound stuffy, ignore it. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold, which is really annoying. Either that or my allergies are acting up in the middle of fall. I don't know why that would happen, but ignore it. Anyways, I have about 100 pages left in this book, maybe less than that, and I'm really enjoying it. It's so cozy. It feels like I'm being wrapped in a cozy thick throw blanket, or like I'm drinking a big cup of hot chocolate. It's just such a cute little rom-com. There are definitely some things in this book that are a little cliche or that are a little cringy. For the most part, I'm really enjoying it. I love all the characters. Like, I have 0 complaints about any of the characters. I love Leah, I love Eli, I love the side characters. They're all so freaking funny. I love the small town vibe, how everyone comes together to support one another. So cute, so sweet. I guess the only big complaint that I have that it is very slow, but it's a slow burn. Like, it's supposed to be slow, and I'm not the biggest fan of slow burns. I don't gravitate towards them. I actually try to stay clear of slow burns because I know 9 out of 10 times like I won't enjoy them. But since this book is actually pretty short, it's only about 307 pages, 310 pages. I don't mind the slow burn. If it was like a 600-page book and it was a slow burn, then I would absolutely hate it. But it's short and sweet, and I'm enjoying it so much so far, and I'm very excited to see how it ends. It's such a cute little fluffy read. I'm actually going to sit in bed with my cozy Halloween blankets and finish the final 100 or so pages that I have left, and then share my final thoughts on it. I'm very happy with it so far though. Such a cute little book. Instant 4-star read. It was so freaking cute. If you're looking for a fluffy, lighthearted rom-com, then this is the book for you. I feel like this is the perfect palate cleanser book. If you're in between books and you don't really know what to read next, or you're not really in the mood for anything, pick this one up and you'll definitely enjoy it. I was reading reviews on Goodreads because I don't know about you guys, but every time I finish a book, I go on Goodreads to read the reviews to see if people have the same thoughts on a book that I do. Sometimes they do, and other times, like today, they don't. A lot of people hate this book. They did not enjoy it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my expectations were so low. Like, I went into this book thinking that I was going to hate it, so then I was pleasantly surprised when I didn't. Maybe that's why I ended up enjoying it. I don't know, but I definitely think it's the perfect book to read if you're in the mood for something lighthearted, or if you're in the mood for just a cozy book that's going to make you feel like you're being wrapped in a blanket. Then read this book. I'm actually in the middle of working on a winter book recommendation video, and this book is definitely going on there because it doesn't take place during the holiday season, but it does take place in the winter season. The first chapter starts off in August, but then it does a time jump, and I think it picks back up in January, like right after the holiday season. It's also a closed door romance, so if that is your thing, definitely pick up this bad boy because it has zero spicy scenes, and like I said, it's just a very cute little lighthearted, fluffy little romantic comedy. It kind of reminds me of Sarah Adams' writing. She likes to write a lot of closed door romances. Kind of reminds me of that, but better. I don't know, just go read this book because I loved it. On me right now. Okay, you guys, I'm like going through it, but it's okay because we're going to check. Okay, maybe I shouldn't stand in front of this window because I can't even see you guys. I feel like this is better, right? I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to change up the angles so we're not always in the same location. I promise I don't spend my whole day in bed, but my cat is just meowing and she's making my allergies worse, or this cold worse. I don't even know what I have right now, but I'm going through it. I know that I have some explaining to do because, as you guys saw last night, I started Christmas at Fireside Cabins by Jenny Hill. You guys, I know that this is a Christmas book, and I know you're probably wondering, you're probably like, Carmen, why the heck are you reading a Christmas book in October? Let me defend myself before you come for me. So I finished the rom-com agenda yesterday, and for the rest of the day after I finished the rom-com agenda, I was in the mood for a cozy holiday romance, and I tried getting into another book. I just couldn't get into it. I think I read the first 20 pages and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to force myself to try to read this book. I DNF'd it, and then I sat with my thoughts and I was like, okay, what am I in the mood for? What do I want to read next? And all I kept thinking about was this book. I've had this book for almost a year now. I bought it, I think last November or last December. I just never got around to reading it, so it's been sitting on my bookshelf since then. But now that we're entering the holiday season again, I've been thinking about this book, and ever since I read the rom-com agenda, and that book was set in like the winter season, it was just so cozy. And I don't know, maybe it's also because it's been like 50 degrees here in Tampa, which is so cold for Florida. Okay, don't come for me. I know that it's even colder in the Northeast and the Midwest. I get it. I grew up in the Northeast. I know how cold winters can get, but ever since moving to Tampa and living here for 2 years, I can tell you that 50 degrees and early 60s, it hits different here, okay? I don't know what the reason is, but I just really wanted to start Christmas at Fireside Cabins, and I'm actually really glad that I did because I am enjoying this book immensely. I've read a couple other Jenny Hill books, and all her books make you feel like you're being wrapped up in a cozy cozy blanket. They're just such cute little holiday books. Scenery is so nice. She's super descriptive, so it makes you feel like you're sitting right there with the characters in front of a fireplace with snow all around you. Ugh. I'm about 60 pages into this book and I'm enjoying it immensely, if you couldn't tell already. It's basically about a main character named Lila. Her and her friends go on a Christmas trip every single year, but this year all of them have stuff going on during Christmas week. So they decide to go on their yearly trip 2 weeks before Christmas, and they go to Fireside Cabins. If I'm not mistaken, Fireside Cabins is a few hours outside of Nashville, Tennessee. They rent a cabin at Fireside Cabins. When they get there, they realize that the cabin that they booked online looks nothing like the cabin that they're literally standing in front of. Regardless, they decide to make the best out of it and stay instead of getting a refund. They all fall in love with the town, but specifically Lila, she falls in love with the residents of the town, and she comes across a huge grump who intrigues her immensely. He is the owner of a coffee shop in town, and he basically hates everyone. None of the locals really like him. He doesn't like any of the locals. He especially doesn't like any of the tourists. Like, he does not like Lila or her group of friends. So it is Grumpy Sunshine because Lila is the complete opposite of Theo, who is the coffee shop owner. But because of his cold, I guess, personality, Lila is kind of intrigued because she wants to figure out why he's such a grump. So she makes it her mission to try to figure out what his problem is. I'm really enjoying it so far. Really liking the scenery, the vibes. 10 out of 10. The characters are super lovable as well. I'm very excited to keep on reading and to continue with the holiday vibes. I know it's October, Halloween hasn't even happened yet, but I was just in the mood for a Christmas book, and this is definitely giving me everything I needed. Eating these non-stop today. Quick little update. I was enjoying this book so much. Like, last night I did not want to put it down, but I was so tired and I was literally fighting my sleep because I was enjoying the holiday vibes, the Christmassy vibes, the small town vibes, just all the vibes that this book had to offer. In the first 80 or so pages were 10 out of 10, but somewhere along the way things have taken a turn and I'm not loving it as much as I did last night. It's become a tad unrealistic. The main character, Lila, is obsessed with Theo, and it just comes across, what's the word? I don't know, it just comes across obsessive. It comes across like weird, cringy, stalker vibes. Coming across very insta-lovey, but only one-sided. It's clear that Theo is attracted to Lila, but Lila is just coming across very obsessive, and she's determined to figure out why Theo is the way that he is, and I get it. I understand that she wants to find out why he's a grump, but at the same time, she's like demanding him to share his whole life story with her, and she's demanding for him to tell her why he is the way that he is. And like, she's only known him for what, a week, if that, and I just feel like she has no right to pry into his life, and she's done some shady things that I'm just like, girl, stop it. You're literally becoming a stalker, and give him his space. Why are you being so obsessive? Like, you've known this man for a total of maybe 1 week and you're acting like he owes you his whole life story. If that were to happen to me in real life, I'd be like, you need to go away. Like, what is happening right now? Unfortunately, I'm not enjoying this book as much as I was. Oh, that sucks. When you're enjoying a book and then it takes a turn, you're just like, what is happening? What's going on? It doesn't even feel like a Christmas book anymore. It feels like, I don't even know what it feels like. The Christmas vibes are just not there anymore. It makes me so sad. But I'm gonna keep on reading. Hopefully it improves. I don't know. We shall see. happening? Like, what is happening right now? Anyways, finished Christmas at Fireside Cabins, and if I'm gonna be honest, halfway through I started skimming through this book. I was just not enjoying it. It literally took a nosedive. Like, we started up here really high, right? And then it just went down, 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 down. I'm actually quite upset about it because this book has so much potential and it did not give me what I needed. The last clip that you guys saw of me talking about this book was the one where I was complaining about it feeling a little bit unrealistic and about the main character giving me stalker vibes. It just kept getting worse. I didn't really like how entitled she seemed to Theo's life. I felt like she was doing too much. And I know it's a holiday book and it's supposed to be like Christmas miracles and helping out other people. I get that, and I like that. The way she went about trying to discover things about Theo's life is what I had an issue with, and it just seemed super unrealistic. Again, for the short amount of time that they actually knew each other. Like, if they knew each other for months, then maybe I would let it pass, but they literally only have known each other for a couple weeks, if that. The way she was acting was just giving me stalker vibes, and it ruined the book for me completely. And then halfway through, it kind of lost its holiday touch, and it didn't even feel like I was reading a Christmas book anymore. I think I give this book a 2 out of 5 stars, which makes me so sad because I thought it was going to be a 4-star read or even a 5-star, and it was just a complete letdown. This is a book that I definitely wouldn't recommend. I mean, maybe I would recommend it because it is a cute little holiday romance, and if you could see past the unrealistic parts of it, then I feel like you'll enjoy it. I just can't see past that part, and I think it just comes down to the type of books and the type of plots that you enjoy. I could see myself recommending it because of the holiday vibes. It's the only reason I could see myself recommending this book. Oh my goodness. Not my favorite Jenny Hill book by any means, and it makes me very, very sad, but I don't know what else to say about this book. It started off so good, and then it just crashed and burned. What a letdown. What? It's upside down.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait,
what are you doing, spooky street? You know we can't stay up there, right?
yeah, that's fine. They're gonna be like, where's that from?
Embarrassing yourself on the internet. Moving on from that.
Let's see. Definitely losing. Go on with us.
That wasn't funny. Hey guys, it's been a few days since I last updated you guys on the second book that I decided to read this week. I started House of Salt and I can never pronounce this word. I don't know if it's the Latina in me or what, but yeah. I recently started this book and it's by Aaron A. Craig. It's actually a new series. I've been trying to get through every series I'm currently in the middle of, and I didn't mean to start a new series, but I kind of picked this one up not knowing that it was the start of a new series, so that's my bad. But I started this book a few days ago and I got to page, I didn't use a bookmark, so what page did I leave on? I left off on page 81. It's actually in the middle of chapter 9, and I haven't picked it up in a couple days now, mainly because I don't really love it. I don't hate it, but I'm just not like obsessed with it yet. If you're unfamiliar with this book, it's basically a fantasy slash, I want to say horror, because it talks about death a lot. It is YA though, so it's not like super scary or spooky, but it basically follows a main character named Anna Lee. She lives at Highmore with her sisters, and I think 4 of her sisters, yeah, 4 of her sisters have died, and the sister that died most recently fell from a cliff, but Anna Lee doesn't buy that. She feels like someone murdered her sister. So from what I've gathered so far, she's trying to figure out exactly what happened. Yeah. That's all I've gathered so far. I will say that I've been enjoying the dark elements of this book, enjoying the style of writing a lot. It's just been very slow. I'm guessing because since this is the first book in the series, the author has taken the time to introduce all the characters. Since there's so many sisters, it's difficult for me to keep track of them. There's a lot of characters in this book. I'm only 81 pages in, so it has gotten a little confusing for me to keep up with everyone. But other than that, I do want to finish this book. I'm going to try to read at least half of the book today, and hopefully it picks picks up. I don't know. We'll see. I just got to page 205. I'm now a little over halfway done with this book. I'm also holding on to my son right now and I don't want him on camera. Forgive me for this weird angle. This book is perfect to read on a chilly fall day, or maybe like in the middle of the night before going to bed, but I'm just not that into the plot. And I had to look up the fairy tale that this book is based on, and it's actually based on, I hope I'm not getting this wrong, the 12 Dancing Princesses. And I don't think I've read that fairy tale before, so maybe that's why I'm just not connecting with the story. I'm conflicted because I like the atmosphere and I like the dark themes in the book, but I don't really care for the plot. That makes sense. I already know that by the time I finish this book, I probably won't think about it ever again. Yeah, that's all I have for now. Ignore the change. I just ordered some Taco Bell. I'm so excited to eat this and continue reading a little bit more of my book, but I'm very excited for Taco Bell. I haven't had Taco Bell in forever. I watched someone on YouTube have a Taco Bell mukbang, and for some reason it made me start craving it. And I'm gonna eat and read. So good. Finished this book. I feel like it took me forever to actually get through it. While this book wasn't the worst book I've ever read, it also wasn't the best. I just wasn't really entertained by the plot. I will say that the ending and the whole plot twist did get me. I did not guess the plot twist at all, which was really nice. I hate when I am able to guess a plot twist in a book. So I really liked that aspect of the book, and I liked how, sorry, I'm looking at my son. He's on the couch. Look at you. I really liked the dark element. He's so cute. I really like the dark elements of this book. It actually managed to spook me a couple times, especially when the main character Annalie kept having like ghostly visions. That part of the book was really good, and I liked that I was getting spooked. But overall, it just felt like it was kind of meh. I mentioned this already, but I don't think this is a book that I'm going to think much about. And I know that there's a second book in the series, but I don't think I'm going to continue it. I didn't really love it. I didn't really love the plot. I also feel like there were way too many characters and I couldn't keep track of all of them. For that reason, I think I give this book maybe a 3-star rating, maybe a 3.5 if I'm feeling generous, because like I said, I love the atmosphere. I love that it had a little bit of gothic horror in it. I did enjoy the main character Annalie, and I did enjoy her love interest, but again, this is not a book that I'm going to think about in the future. You okay? I'm gonna give it a 3-star rating. You agree? Do you agree? That is pretty much it for this week's reading vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. I feel like it was a pretty good reading week. Like, I really loved the rom-com agenda. I didn't really enjoy Christmas at Fireside Cabins. Okay, maybe this wasn't a good reading week, seeing that I only really enjoyed rom-com agenda. I mean, I did enjoy this one. It just wasn't, it's not my favorite book by any means. I don't know. I feel like I enjoy elements of it, but I'm not going to think about it ever again. I don't know why I keep trying to justify this book. Hi. Yeah, but either way, hope you guys enjoyed watching this week's reading vlog. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what books you read this week. I would love to know. And don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you a part of my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.